Greetings everyone. My name is Azare Julian. I want to share my past experience of studying in Coursera about studying in Japan using Gibbs Star Reflective Cycle. Uh, I found Gibbs Reflective Cycle to be a great structured way to do this. Now I've been thinking about applying this to a journey as significant as uh, a future study abroad specifically in Japan. I know many students dream of this, drawn by the culture or the educational prospect in there, and it is a dream I share. It's a huge step, and I believe a tool like Jeep Cycle can help me make sense of it all. So first, about the description part. This is where I laid out of the facts what happened or what I anticipate happening. I might describe the intricate university application process I've read about. Having to send hard copies to Japan and meet the strict deadlines, possibly using express mail service like DSL, or I could detail my research into applying for the MEXT scholarship through a Japanese embassy, knowing it includes exams and interviews. It could even be envisioning my daily life navigating a new city, attending lectures in a 4 year undergraduate program, or joining student art group to find a creative outlet. Next, feelings. This is about acknowledging my emotion before, during, and after an event. I reflect on that initial spark, uh, my deep interest in both Japanese culture and educational prospect provided in Japan that make me want to study there. I can imagine knowing the Japanese university prioritize diversity and welcoming international students like me. But I will I will also anticipate the stress when I think about how living in Japan can have expensive costs or the challenge of Japanese university holiday schedule different from what I'm used to now in Indonesia, making it tricky to coordinate with family back home. Then comes evaluation. What will I find good? Might be challenging. I need to be honest with myself here. The lower university tuition around 500 yen or 5 500,000 yen, I'm sorry, or $5,000 for national university will be a huge plus for me on discovering that eating out can be cheaper than in cities like London or New York, uh, when someone study there with nutrition meals available for $5. Perhaps if I were in a PEAK program, the small discussion based English classes would be incredibly engaging. On the flip side, I consider how the passive learning style reported to MEXT scholars might be a hurdle for me. After evaluating everything, I move to analysis. This is where I try to understand why things are the way they are, why the Japanese institutions vary so widely, from national, public to private universities located in urban and rural areas. Why is there such an emphasis on intensive Japanese language training for MEXT scholars, or why do PEAK students benefit from global faculty and dynamic debates? This is about digging deeper than just the surface events. Then to the last part, conclusion. What would I actually learn, and or what could I do better next time so I can learn there, study to Japan? I anticipate I learn the importance of cross-cultural adaptability. I realized that balancing my language skills with academics is key, and I can see how vital those peer and faculty support networks would be. My own conclusion right now is that I aspire to have the chance to study or even reside there. And while I'm aware of the challenge that might arise, I'm determined to overcome them and achieve my dream. And finally, action plan. This will be my step-by-step guide for next time, ensuring the steps are actionable and realistic. So if I'm thinking about the application hurdles, my plan will involve preparing standardized test scores like SAT or ACT well in advance if I'm applying for an undergraduate program. For me, using Gibbs reflective cycle isn't just an academic exercise; it's a powerful learning tool to me reflecting my own experience. Maybe that's all from me, and goodbye.